Hey, hello everyone. Machini here. And well, about that beta. So, the Battlefield beta, the first week has concluded. Tomorrow, on the 14th of August, the second beta is gonna start. So we're gonna have the second, basically the second week of being able to play the game. I do believe it's gonna be longer because it's gonna go from 14 to I think 17. So it might last a bit longer than the original one because I think the original one was just 2 days. But so. You guys probably remember the video that I made a couple days back about the original, about playing the beta, right? What are my opinions on it? Me, myself, and I, Mechany, the one and only, the dice rape victim. What do I think of the Battlefield 6 beta? And frankly, I am actually rather happy with it. Like if you remember the last video that I made on Battlefield, I was really hoping that I could come back later and report good news. Well, I kind of have to say I do have to report good news today. I have to say I'm pretty happy with it. I played the beta. I played it a lot. I did all the assignments. I basically completed everything that you could complete in the beta, and I really have to say I'm very happy with it. Like I like it. Okay, I'm just gonna get that straight out of the gate. I like it, and I'm pretty happy with it. I like the game. I like the gunplay. I like the guns. I kind of actually like the maps. Some of the maps are a bit, divisive at the moment, I would say, but at least the ones that I played, Cairo and Liberation Map, no, not Liberation Map, Liberation Peak, I didn't really mind it. I was okay with them. Especially Cairo. I really like Cairo in Breakthrough because, for me, Breakthrough is so much better than Conquest. In fact, I don't even know why people still play Conquest to this day when, frankly, Breakthrough is so much better. But that's a conversation for another time. About the balancing, so how does the game play? Okay, how does the game play, Mechany? Is it good? Is it bad? Well, I really like the balancing they had for this game, especially when it came to vehicles and the engineer class. I really like it. I am very happy, glad, just beside myself in happiness to report that the tanks no longer have the invincibility button. I am so glad that I can say that to you right now, because no, they don't have it. They actually have to use smokes and positioning to survive now. Yeah, crazy talk, ain't it? But I am very happy to report the balancing for the vehicles, at least for everything that I've seen and played, it's very nice. Because that's the thing, vehicles are still powerful. Vehicles are still very powerful, in fact. However, they are now balanced. You have to use your brain. So you can't just be a complete moron rushing in, activating your fucking, invisibility light and just get 100 kills. No, this time you actually have to think when using a vehicle. What I mean by that is now things like positioning and knowing when to get into the action and when to leave it and everything, it's very important. And the reason for that is because not only do you have, you don't have the same get out of jail free cards you had before, but there's also have the problem that Engineer is very strong in this Battlefield. Seriously, I was taken aback by how strong and cracked out the Engineer is in this one. Seriously, they gave the Engineer 16 injections of Bull Shark testosterone in this fucking Battlefield. It is insane. But he can really fuck up a vehicle in Battlefield 6 now. If you're not careful, he will just completely annihilate you. Okay, if you don't get smart quick and start fighting back fast and just get out of there. 3 engineers can just completely destroy your tank in record time. Seriously, I think 3 engineers, they only need to fire once, all of them, 1 rocket each, and your health is already below half. Another one, you're dead. And that's without critical hits, by the way, because that's the thing. They brought back the feature where if you hit the vehicle in the back, you get more damage, from Battlefield 4. But they buffed the shit out of it. If you hit a vehicle in the engine now, let's say a tank, you hit a tank in the back, it takes half his health away, if not more. Okay, so theoretically, an engineer, they carry 5 fucking rockets with them. Theoretically, they only need 2 of them to blow you up instantly. It is pretty fucking scary. Like I said, the engineer is very fucking tough in Battlefield 6. I am shocked. But I might actually play a lot more Engineer in this one just because of how effective it is, because it is kind of nutty. So, overall, I am very happy to report the balance when it comes to vehicles, very nice. No complaints here, seriously, no complaints. They're phenomenal. So, even helicopters are having like a harder time because now they kind of have to operate in a sort of like guerrilla fashion where they swoop in, they, you know, hit you as hard as they can, and then they have to get the fuck out. They can't just, you know, stay in the same area forever, raining missiles and, you know, gunner bullets on people. Now they actually have to move a lot because the Engineer can now carry both the RPG, the normal one, and the anti-air one. So if they try to stay in one area for too long, they're gonna have like 10 rockets locked onto them. And remember, they don't have the busted ass shit from Battlefield 4 to defend them. They only got flares. Which means, sure, the flares might stop the first wave, but then you're gonna have 4 more rockets coming your way. So they really have to play it smart. Like, seriously, I shot down so many helicopters in this beta. It is a breath of fresh air to have vehicles that actually require thinking to use instead of just being infantry farming simulators like they were in previous titles. That is so great. Like, I played a lot of vehicles as well, because I often play infantry, but I also play a lot of vehicles. And you can still do very well with them. Like, I got in a tank once, I got like 45 to 2 kills. Like, it was pretty great. I even had another game where I was played sort of like half infantry, half tank, and I got like 71. It was awesome. So you can still do very, very good with vehicles. It's just that this time you actually have to think. You have to use your brain. You can't just rush in. You're not just some behemoth that can take on everyone and just farm infantry for free. No, the infantry can fight back. And they can fight back hard. They can fuck you up. So, in that part of the balancing, very happy with it, no complaints. The other thing is support. So, my main class, support. They made support the medic, and I'm actually very happy with that change. Let me tell you why. In the beta, I noticed that because support also became the medic, the guy with the defibrillator, I was getting revived so much more than previously. Like, I was getting revived all the time in the beta. Maybe it's because the beta players are just better than your average person. You know, they're more hardcore fans. But at least from my experience in the beta, support players were a lot better at reviving, which is probably a given because, you know, in previous titles, the medic was basically the assault class. And what would happen is that they wouldn't really play medic. You know, there will be the kind of medic where the medic bag only exists for them. They're the only person that gets access to the medic bag because they're too busy running around looking for kills because they got the assault rifle, so it's time to go kill people. Yeah, that was kind of bad in older Battlefield titles. The medics didn't really work like medics because they were so good at offensive plays. And that really sucked, so I'm glad that they took that out, and now support is the one that revives and gives ammo to everyone. Because now, like, the people that play support, they already have the mindset of playing support. So they will really, like, put in the work. And I noticed this in the beta. Like, I was getting revived way more often. Like, these guys were playing medic a lot better than the original medics ever did. So I'm fucking glad that they took medic and shoved it into support. Like, I prefer it that way. I really do. So I'm happy with that. I'm great with it. Fine. Another thing that I'm happy with is... the gunplay feels very nice, the movement feels very nice, but... Oh yeah, shit. One thing that I had to talk about Engineer as well, because I forgot. Because, again, let me reiterate. They buffed the shit of Engineer. So, I said that vehicles now are a lot weaker, and they have to, like, deal with a lot more. To kinda compensate for that, they made the Engineer a whole lot better at repairing vehicles. So, like, seriously, 2 Engineers can give so much health back to a vehicle that vehicle will be able to survive much more punishment than you ever thought possible. Like I said, another point, like, Engineers, they my god, they really got, like, they got all the fucking testosterone in this fucking Battlefield. Holy shit, they got buffed so bad. Because often I would do this, like, I would support the vehicles in my team, because I'm a team player. I will do it, okay? If the vehicle is damaged, I will go repair it. Unless they're one of those fucking retards that you try to repair them and they keep running away from you, then at that point, it gives me the desire to pull out my rocket launcher and finish you off. But I digress. I like to repair vehicles, okay? If I see one of my tanks fucked up, I will go there and help. And the repair tool is really good in this one. Like, it repairs a lot of health very fast. In fact, the engineer even has a special ability after he gets enough points in a match where his repair tool becomes even stronger. And at that point, you're basically like the medic from TF2 with that upgrade on. Like, you will be healing so much damage so quickly that the tank will basically be eating rocket after rocket after rocket, and it barely like makes a dent because you're repairing it so quickly. And I actually really like that because it gives value to teamwork. So now the vehicles, they can't survive as well when they're alone. So if they're alone and they're isolated, they can get fucked up very easily. But if they have the support of their team and they got engineers helping them, they got engineers repairing them, they can become very strong. Like, they can basically go back to how they were in Battlefield 4 if you got an engineer repairing you. They go nuts. Because at that point, it really needs, like, focus fire from multiple engineers to bring you down. And I support that. Because now, vehicles, which originally were just, you know, infantry farming tools to just sit there and kill infantry, now they require some level of coordination and teamwork. You want to be near the team as a vehicle in this Battlefield game because it raises the chances that someone will repair you. So now, instead of just, you know, going off on your own and getting kills, you want to stick close to the team as much as possible because then you can get repairs because repairs are so strong. And trust me, I took full advantage of their repair system because I'm one of those guys that is able to take the tank in the beginning of Breakthrough and keep it alive all the way to the end. And I don't play like a pussy either, okay? I get on the point. If I see the point really needs me in it, I'll fucking rush in with that tank directly into the point. Like, I'll do it. And I found that with the engineers on my team supporting me and repairing my vehicle, I could even launch myself into the point, and as long as they stayed in cover and repaired me, I was able to survive for much longer than you would ever expect, even in the middle of the point. So it was really great. So I'm happy for that. They made vehicles strong alone, but vulnerable. So they're still strong, but if they're by themselves, they're vulnerable. But if they have support from the engineers, they become really strong, like genuinely like a menace. If they got 2 engineers repairing, if you got 2 engineers repairing, you're basically mortal at that point. Like, unless 4 engineers from the enemy team focus fire on you. If you got 2 engineers behind you with the repair torch, you're practically fucking immortal at that point. So I'm really happy for that. They made the balancing of the vehicles really nice. The only like negative thing that I really have to say about the beta that I really didn't like is the performance, because my rig has a bit of a weak point. You see, I put most of my money on the GPU and I was forced to cheapen out on the CPU. So because of that, my CPU is above minimum, but it is below recommended. So it's like good enough to run the game, but it's not the best at running the game. You know, it's above minimum, below recommended. It's the mid lane CPU. But my GPU, my memory, basically everything else, everything that isn't the CPU is superior to the recommended, actually. Like, it's all very good. So in theory, I should have no problem running this game, right? But I did. I had a lot of trouble running this game, and it is, as I have found out, it is because this game is very CPU bound, okay? It wants all your threads, alright? Give me Liberty, give me Fire, give me your threads or I retire. It wants them all. Like, my CPU was reaching 100% usage while my GPU was like 80, 40, 50, 60, and just fluctuating, but my CPU was getting fucking raw dogged by this game. It's bad. So keep that in mind. You can have, just like me, you can have an amazing rig, but if your CPU is like below recommended and it's one of those CPUs that doesn't have 3D caching like the AMD ones, you will get fucked. Straight up. Like, you will suffer for the consequences for cheapening out on a CPU, which really shouldn't be the case. Like, my CPU should be more than good enough to run this game. My GPU should be more than good enough. It seems to be a genuine performance issue on their end, because just for you to remember, this computer that I'm using right now, this is the one that I use to play and stream Stalker 2. And Stalker 2 is a barely optimized Unreal Engine nightmare. Okay, so if I was able to play that game and stream it at the same time, I should be more than capable of running Battlefield 6. Okay, that's no excuse. So it's clearly some performance problems they got in the beta. I really hope it's just a beta issue, and in the release game they finish this, like they fix this shit. Because I should be able to run this game buttery smooth. It shouldn't be like struggling like this at times. Because I can still play it at like 60 FPS, but it should be way more than 60 FPS with this kind of power I'm working with here. Like, it's not top of the line, but it should be good enough. So besides that, performance problems, it's not really that bad. And I mean, performance problems in a Battlefield beta? Oh no, say it ain't so. I mean, who here remembers Battlefield 4 on release? You know what, I think it's best we just don't even talk about that, because it brings back PTSD. So let's just keep that out. But yeah, performance problems in a Battlefield beta? Oh no, say it ain't so, Mr. Machine-chan. So yeah, it is a problem. But besides that, I'm pretty happy with the game. I'm happy with it. I like the direction they're going with it. It really feels like a breath of fresh air. Like, I know that this sentence gets very overused. You know, people say, oh, it's a return to form. Like, the game journalists have completely destroyed the meaning of return to form. But it really does feel like they're trying their best to make this game essentially a Battlefield 4 2. You know what I mean? Like another Battlefield 4, and I'm happy with that. So, from everything that I've seen, I pretty much only got good things to say. I have seen criticisms of people saying that the TTK, the time to kill, and the sort of the movement feels very COD-like, but I can't really corroborate those feelings, because I understand people complaining about the time to kill because it seems like there's a problem in the netcode, and this is something that even DICE themselves, no, Battlefield Labs, no, not Battlefield Labs, Battlefield, like even the developers themselves have addressed this, that there seems to be a problem in the netcode, where instead of the damage you take coming in, you know, once every frame, like, you know, you get hit once, then twice, then third, you know, every frame as you're getting shot, it seems like there's a problem where it's batching all of that damage into one single, like, ping to the server, which means instead of, you know, you getting hit for like one shot for 10 damage, then another shot for 20, then another shot for 30, almost until you die, it's taking all that damage and sending it to the server immediately, all at once. Which means, from your perspective, it looks like you got shot and killed instantly. Like, it just looks like you got shot once and immediately died. Even though that shouldn't be the case. Some people are reporting that, and it really is happening. It is something that the developers have said, it is happening, it is taking place. So it is a problem. They're gonna have to fix that for either the second week or the release, because that shit is gonna be annoying as fuck. So I think that's the reason why a lot of people are complaining about, you know, oh, like you're dying too quickly, you're dying too fast. I think it's because of that, because in my personal testing, because there's a firing range in the game, right, where you can test damage, the time to kill in this one is actually slower than Battlefield 4. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, in Battlefield 4, with certain, like, assault rifles, you could kill a guy with one shot to the chest and one to the head. In this one, it takes like one, maybe two more bullets. So the time to kill is slower in this game. It absolutely is. So I don't really understand the whole problem of like, oh, you're dying too quickly, it feels too much like Call of Duty. I don't really get that. Maybe it's because of that problem. A lot of people seem to be having that issue with the servers. So they're assuming that, oh, this is just what the time to kill looks like. But no, it's unintended. Because in my own personal testing, it is slower. It's not that fast. And another thing, the movement. People are saying that the movement was still COD-like. I kind of have to disagree. I don't think the movement was very COD-like. I tried to test this out, where I got into a couple matches and I decided, you know what, for this match, I will play like a COD player. Basically, instead of playing with my Battlefield instincts, I'm gonna pretend this is Black Ops 2, and I'm gonna play like it was COD, and I ate shit. And, you know, for the most part, I do pretty well in Battlefield games, but when I tried to play like it was COD, it ended badly. I don't really get it, because I was trying to do the usual thing you do in COD, you know, jump shotting around every corner, like doing all the bullshit. It wasn't really working out for me. Like, I managed to get a couple cheeky kills, but it wasn't really that bad. So, I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things where every Battlefield always gets this criticism. Like, every single Battlefield ever made gets called codified. You know, it might be one of those things, but I really didn't feel it, in my opinion. It wasn't really that way to me. It felt okay, no problem at all. It felt like you know what it felt like? It felt like a much smoother version of the movement from Battlefield 4. Essentially what happened if they took that movement and just made it not as like janky, like not as heavy. They made it a bit lighter. But besides that, I really didn't mind it. So overall, I am happy to say I am pretty happy with this beta. I am very happy with it. I had a lot of fun. Tomorrow I will be playing it again. Okay, tomorrow I absolutely will. I will be hopping back. So if any of you are on the Discord and want to squad up, just let me know. But I will be playing it again tomorrow. I enjoyed the beta, and if it continues to be this way, because right now there's some very good news coming out about server browsers and custom games and stuff like that. I'm very happy with that. If they stay on this track, I might actually buy the game on October on my birthday, because I'm enjoying it. I had fun with it, and if they stay on track, they don't fuck it up, they don't drop the ball, and for the love of God, DICE, please don't drop the ball, because you've been dropping the ball so hard so many times. Like, come on, man. You actually got a really good thing going here, DICE, okay? You really do. You got a really good thing going here. Like, in fact, they got it so good that I think they broke the record on Steam for people playing a beta. Like, that is crazy. So you guys got all the good publicity, you got the good, hype, you got a lot of people really liking the game, you broke a record on Steam, you got a really good aesthetic, really good look for the game, you really got it in the bag here. Okay, so for the love of God, there's not even a goalkeeper anymore. All you have to do is just kick the ball in the goal and score. For the love of God, just don't fuck this up, because this game is genuinely looking like it's gonna be very, very fun. So please, okay, just don't drop it. Just please keep this fucking train on track up to release and just keep it good, because you got it going right now. All right. So that's pretty much it I had to say. That this is my report from the beta. If they change anything in the second week, because I do believe they're gonna add more game modes. I think Rush is getting added, and I think they might add more guns. I don't count on that though. They probably won't, but I heard some people say they might put more guns in the next week. So if they do that and there's like enough things to talk about, I will give you my second week report on the beta. So this is for the first week. So far for the first week, I'm loving it. I will come back tomorrow. No, actually, after the second week ends, I will come back and do another video, and I will talk to you guys about how I feel about it then. So that's pretty much it for this video. I really hope that they keep it going. I really hope it's good, because I'm loving it. But that's pretty much it. Matching out.
Mods, ban anybody speaking Portuguese. Let's get these jungle fuckers out of here.